Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in, watching the show today on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our affiliates across the country. Mike Palm is the VP of Circle Las Vegas, going to join us in studio coming up in 15 minutes. We'll get to tonight's baseball card coming up in 45 minutes, a little college football as well this hour. I will tell you about a couple of numbers that you need to know tonight for the one NBA playoff game that we have on the betting board. So Game 5 in Detroit, Pistons around a 4-point favorite. They won the first two at home, dropped the next two on the road at Cleveland. So teams off a loss and favored in the next game of the 2026 playoffs in the first quarter, 19-6 straight up, 18-6-1 ATS. Teams that lost Game 4 by 7 points or more have been very good in Game 5. 19-7 ATS, that's 73% their last 26 games. And teams coming off of a loss in the second round and playing at home, much like the Spurs were last night, now 38-21 ATS since 2021. A lot of signs here pointing towards the Pistons. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, I thought the Cavs were the better team, but the Cavs have only looked like the team to win the East as they were priced for much of the year for only one half in that last half of Game 4. So the fact that they haven't won a road game yet in the playoffs, they have to go out and prove they're capable of doing it, and that the other supporting cast can get the job done. And I echo your sentiments earlier that I don't have much faith in Mobley, Strus, Merrill, and even Allen and Schroeder. A lot of X factors here. There's a lot of guys who could swing a series tonight. But to me, it all starts with Mitchell. And I'm not going to say, I'm not going to sit here like a dummy like Shaq. I need 45 out of Mitchell. I need 30 out of Harden. I need 20 out of Allen. I mean, that's not analysis. That's asinine. But if Mitchell can get to the free throw line again and be aggressive and give you at least 35 and get to the line, what that can do for the team as well. Because that's been ugly with some of these road performances, and they've only averaged 100 a game on the road so far in the playoffs. But you mentioned it earlier, could it be a rock fight? And how Detroit now, their offense and the supporting cast has failed them. And Thompson was brutal. Robinson's been on a milk carton. And Duren, some of these guys are borderline unplayable. And I'm making a case for more Paul Reed, who's a good player and can score. And if you're only getting like 8 points out of Duren anyway, and stop with the beef stew, okay? All he does is come in and foul.
Of course.
That guy gives you nothing. I don't know why Bickerstaff plays him so much. But Bickerstaff was talking a lot of trash about, I know this team. They fired me. They let me go. I know these guys, and I know the ins and outs. But you think they'd have a key there as well? But certainly, this could be the most important thing. I expect Detroit to get a better whistle and a favorable whistle tonight, as opposed to that debacle what happened in the last game when Mitchell shot more free throws than the Pistons.
And I talked about going around the world earlier, meaning the Pistons first quarter, first half, and for the game, maybe around the world with unders as well. You come out, Detroit's defense sets the tone, makes it almost impossible for Mitchell. And I think if Mitchell doesn't go off tonight, the Cavaliers are probably dead. So, the longer a series goes on in the NBA playoffs, the more unders that you see. And I will point this out, by the way. So Jalen Duren had an awesome regular season, averaging 19 and 10. He was in the mix to win Most Improved Player. In the first round, he averaged 10.6 points and 9.4 rebounds. That's it. And that rebound mark was bumped up because he had 15 in the last game, which was Game 7. In this series, the numbers are down to 9.5 points and 7 rebounds. He had 12 and 10 in the first two games at home. He had 4 and 2 rebounds on the road. I'm looking right now, Opta AI stats, VSiN.com. Boy, they absolutely pegged Anthony Edwards last night. But their second and third biggest edges on the entire betting board tonight for the NBA, Jalen Duren points over, 13 plus at plus 104. They made the number minus 584. They're projecting almost 17 points, a plus 36.4% edge. And they're also projected, the third biggest edge is Duren points and assists, a plus 36.1% edge on 15 plus out of him. They are also very high on Jalen Tyson tonight. But how many minutes is that kid going to get?
I don't know.
On the road.
Yep.
Very low number. Like his points, rebounds, and assists is 7. That's it. But will he have enough run to actually touch 7?
Mm-hmm.
Opta AI says yes, make it a bet.
Then you got that great performance out of LeVert last game, but then he's banged up. And so was Robinson, too.
Yeah.
And then, maybe Tobias Harris can carry the day. As he's 10-1 over his points prop, he's been awesome in the playoffs. He's $1.60 at DraftKings to score 18 plus. And he finally went under in the last game, but he still had a solid performance as well. But it's going to come down to turnovers and probably who wins from the 3-point battle as well, which I thought that would be Cleveland in a runaway, which hasn't happened. But these other guys, Strus, Schroeder, Merrill, what they're going to do tonight, and if they can knock down some open shots as well, and then it's good luck predicting what Harden's going to do. I'm here for anything with Harden, that he could go out and maybe have 20 and 10, or only scores like 12 points and has a bunch of turnovers again.
Right. Yeah, so there you go. There are our thoughts on that game that we have coming up tonight. Anything on the Avalanche and the Wild? Kicked her on puck line earlier.
Well, they were so impressive in the last game, and they dominated the first period and a half. It seems like it's too easy tonight, too. And then if you want to go puck line as well, or the Jonathan Davis special empty net goal. But with an elimination game, goalie comes out, he stays out. But they were cracking skulls after they finally lost the game. There were big changes, and certainly everything worked out. And they were fantastic in the Game 4 win. So haven't lost a home playoff game yet. Also, they understand it. Very important. War of attrition. Wrap this thing up. Vegas might go 7 and sit back and relax and enjoy a couple days off, too. Yeah, they know how important that is.
If they have a 1-goal lead, man, you got to be feeling like, I'm talking with a few minutes to go in the game, you really have to love the chances of the puck line coming in. Because the Wild are going to yank the goalie with plenty of time left to go in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're also getting, this week we had the news in college basketball expanding the tournament, last week as well. It's the same thing's happening right now in college football. There's a lot of steam of expanding the playoff system that we have right now, going from 12. I think we might skip right by 16 and go to 24 the way it looks.
I hope not. I don't think so. I'm going to root for the SEC and see how the power of Sankey. SEC wants to keep it the way it is. ESPN wants to keep it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they do expand, ESPN says don't go more than 16. Jim Phillips, ACC commissioner, wants 24. Big Ten wants 24. Coaches want 24. Listen to this quote. When you're leaving national championship contending teams out of the playoff, you don't have the right number. Notre Dame should have been in. Well, yeah, but you put Tulane and James Madison in.
Of course.
Start with that.
No kidding.
And also, you're the commissioner of a league that you had Miami almost won the whole thing. They weren't even in the ACC conference title game.
Mm-hmm.
How Mickey Mouse this is. So these quotes from some of these commissioners and coaches. Good job, Cristobal. He came out and said, no, there shouldn't be automatic bids. You should have to earn it and play your way in. And it also would kill the regular season if we go to 24. I'm right there with them.
Well, 24 is far too many. That way you're going to get a minimum of probably a couple of teams with 8-4 records.
Oh, yeah.
Dare I say that you'd get a team with a 7-5 mark in at some point. Then it's like, what are we doing here? There's no way that you could justify something like that. And on top of that, again, I'll go back to my biggest point, which has been, I don't know, a couple of years running now. They did this. They screwed it all up when they went to the super conferences. Like you can,
oh yes,
we had it. It was all set up before you had to screw up the Big 12 and specifically the Pac-10. And if you just left the ACC alone, right, you could have multiple teams from every conference back then at 11-1 or 12-0, because a lot of times they would not play each other in the regular season. You could eliminate conference title games. That way, we're talking about 8, 10, 12 teams right from the very top that are going to be undefeated, 1 loss, or maybe 2. And that would have made it, then you talk to me about 16 teams. But now with super conferences, you're going to be shoving these teams in with 4 losses, and they quite frankly don't deserve to even be close to the tournament.
They're all saying the same thing. kind of like college basketball, where everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
No, you don't.
No.
You're supposed to be. I want dominance. I want elite. I don't want mediocre. And that's what you're rewarding with college basketball. And if you go to 24, I mean, that's what Franklin said. Well, the more the merrier. And also you could, keep it interesting for the fans that all these teams will still have a chance, which we get. How did we go from all those years where a freaking computer would decide who the national champion was, and then we finally got the +1, and now we want to go to 24?
To 24, just
what
like that.
What are we doing?
To 24, and you basically, what do we have, 4 conferences?
Yes.
That's absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Like, it feels to me like it was just all about short-term greed, and they never thought this thing through. Like the damage that was going to be done by destroying all these conferences we just talked about, and now they're all playing each other. And hey guys, the regular season's going to be just as great, but we're going to make you, sit here and watch 16 or 24 teams make the playoff on top of it. BS, man.
There were several tweets on this too, college basketball, and I think it's college football as well, because you saw the deal that the NBA signed, and the NBA got like $80 billion with all their deals. If they all sign these deals that go to like 2030, they signed bad deals and trying to think of a way to get more revenue. Follow the Money, brought to you by Francetic Tax Resolution. If you've been cashing tickets, this applies to you. Paul specializes in helping gamblers handle the tax side of betting. 20 years of experience resolving these issues. He's offering a free gambler tax problem consultation, 262-752-6992, or visit gamblertaxhelp.com.
Mike Palm, VP, Circa Las Vegas. Next, the NFL is pushing consumers to the limit. Will the dam ever break?
Let me get your attention real quick, podcast listeners. I've got something for you that almost feels too good to be true. First, credit where credit's due. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already leveling up your betting game. You're riding along with our best bets and top angles. And when there's a good game on, you're getting involved with a few props and alt markets as well. There's one more layer if you really want to step things up, and that's VSiN Pro. I've mentioned it before, but things are only getting better for our pro subscribers. We just rolled out our MLB prop projections, breaking down some of the best edges across strikeouts, hits, home runs, and more. And that's on top of everything else pro subscribers already get, including public betting splits, expert picks, and betting guides across the sports calendar. If you haven't tried it yet, stop sleeping on it. You can get your first month just $9.99 or save big with promo code POD26 on the annual subscription. Hit the link in the description and start cashing in with VSiN Pro. All right, back to the show.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Follow the Money is sponsored by Francetic Tax. Tax questions from betting. Paul Francetic specializes in gambler tax issues. Start with a free consultation at gamblertaxhelp.com. Again, the website is gamblertaxhelp.com. Mike Palm is the VP of Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate, and the D here downtown. Joins us every single Wednesday around this time. Good to see you again, Maestro. How are you today?
Hello, Mitch. Hello, Paul. Wonderful. Thanks.
Hey, Mike.
Next Tuesday, right?
That when it's happening?
Derek was
what
a little
time? Still at that 3:30?
I don't know what time because he was sheepish about it yesterday.
Why shouldn't it be 2:00?
Should be 2:00.
Not 3:30.
It should be 5:00 Eastern next Tuesday.
Yeah, too many people driving on the East Coast and dealing with issues.
Sure.
They didn't have the Thanksgiving Eve announcement yet. Now we have it.
Now we have it.
You're ready
I think
to go
we're pretty
now.
much set now. Yeah,
Good.
Jeff Benson's just waiting to put the dot the I's and cross the T's on the rules.
What's the guarantee?
Well, that's going to come out. That will be revealed next
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Although, if you were here when we filmed the reveal commercial and you saw some behind the scenes footage with the boxes and all that, if you were around, then it was up on the screen because we were looking at what the guarantee is going to be.
Okay. So football now, a lot of the stuff, even more now going to Netflix. We have games on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday of Thanksgiving, and Monday.
You don't like it. You
No,
said
no,
you
I'm
do
asking-
not like it.
And it doesn't matter what I think. I'm asking you the question here.
Oh.
Christmas is going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever it is.
Is it?
Are they pushing the consumers too far here?
I think that the NFL is almost unbreakable. That people just can't get enough of
I
it.
agree.
They heard you talking about it's too much. The Thanksgiving Eve, they said, listen to this miserable guy. Let's put the Packers. Let's stick it right in his
What's
right in
going
his
to
craw.
happen? What's going to happen when we have so many standalone games that we have 5 early, they're all terrible, and that final hour on Sunday means nothing now.
That will never happen. You're
Okay.
never going to get that 5 early. You might.
No. We always complain when we had 9. We're happy with 7.
But you could get duds, though. Every game might be
late
bad.
games, yeah.
Well, that's the problem when the afternoon slate, when you
For sure.
when you only have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It seems like all the time when there's 3 or 4, most of them are bad.
And nobody cares.
Here's
Okay.
the biggest issue. I don't know what. Yeah, I'm okay with standalone. Here's the biggest issue. We're 9 international. He wants to go to 18.
No, it's awful.
If you go to 8,
I love it.
you're
I love the
talking
international.
I hate it.
6:30.
You like those games? They're always great games, Mitch. They're all terrible games because of the travel.
Start early.
Yeah. 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. on the West Coast. 9:30 in the morning to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night on the East Coast. That's how long the day would be now, every Sunday.
It's too.
If he wants it
These
every
people,
single
there's
week.
nobody even in the book for these in London games and Frankfurt and wherever they're having these games now. I mean, it's just I don't know. I guess if people are up early, I don't think it wets people's, and I think it's bad. I think as the NFL, you don't want to have your product be compromised. I think it's bad enough all these Thursday games. Thursday games are not good. The short week, they're distorted games. But the international games seem to really be. When's the last great international games, right? You don't think of any. They're all bad games.
Oh,
Maybe it's 'cause-
Jets Broncos last year, super dramatic.
Yeah. Who would score? Would anybody score? Would anybody make a 4th down conversion?
Points right at premium, yeah.
You know, it's just awful. I don't know. I know they're trying to recruit people, right? They need to come up with more football players from around the world to keep the talent pool going here, as there's more and more a case for CET.
Okay, so the schedule is going to be tomorrow night. As we said, you're going to announce the rules on Tuesday of next week here on the show.
Yeah.
When is it going to be open for business?
A Friday morning at 9 a.m. we'll start taking signups, 9 a.m. Pacific. Next Friday.
And that's the earliest for Grandissimo and everything?
Everything starts at 9 a.m. next Friday.
Is there a teaser that you can give us? Is anything changed? Is Grandissimo going to be the same? Is it any tinkering here or there?
Well, the guarantee is not the same. It might be a little more.
Yes.
I really believe that this Grandissimo has the shot to explode.
Yeah.
I think there's a world.
How do you get the word out, though?
Well, that's the thing. There's a world where Grandissimo could be close to a Survivor. We had 69 entries and nobody even knew what it was last year, Paul. Usually, if anything's successful, the biggest growth is between years 1 and 2, right? Or 2 and 3. So, I mean, I will be disappointed if there's less than 15 million in the Grandissimo. I don't know. I'm not speaking to a guarantee, but I'm talking about me personally. I would be disappointed if there's less than 15 million in Grandissimo this year.
I would not be surprised. For those who don't know, it's a $100,000 buy-in for the Survivor. Yeah. I wouldn't be. I mean, 200. I would not be stunned. I would not fall off my couch if you guys got to 200 people.
What do you make the price that there's more money in the Grandissimo pool than the Survivor pool? I think that's a possibility.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Aggressive.
Now, that's interesting.
It's aggressive. It's a plus price, but I think it's out
I don't
there.
know. What you might be the only game in town.
Well, there's no more Westgate.
Well, I know.
Right?
Do we know that Caesars are going to continue?
Well, we've
everything?
seen what they did when they used to try to run the football. You wouldn't let you sign up. They were never open for signups. That's years ago in William Hill, but they've never been big into contests.
Could they pivot and try to make it a national thing? Is that even possible?
That could happen too.
I know DraftKings did something like that. Remember with the $50,000, and that was kind of a flop for Johnny. But I'm not really worried about it. I think that's a tailwind for us, not a headwind that Caesars is taking over there. Mm-hmm. And of course, we're able to pick up some of that talent as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you were on this from day one, and this is now. Imagine if this happened in the NBA, because the Lakers, everyone eviscerated the Lakers because they took Bronny in the second round. And it was a great story, and gets to play with his son, and the guy's at least he gets some decent minutes now. Mm-hmm. But for what the Dallas Wings did to take Fudd, #1 overall, and Becker's girlfriend, 2 ACL injuries in college. In game 1, she scored 3 points in 18 minutes. She didn't play in the second game. They asked the coach, he goes, I'm not talking about minutes in the second game. And kind of like, I'm not going to say load management, but they're concerned about maybe the minutes and the wear and tear with her previous injuries. Wow. The second game of the year, she didn't play.
Limited in game 1, 3 points, and now she's in street clothes for their home opener in Dallas last night.
You're throwing Becker's a bone, but it's the #1 pick in the draft.
when you go back to the history of the WNBA, the first overall pick, since 2010, there's only one girl that wasn't an all WNBA player. The girl that incidentally Dallas took in 2021, Charlie Collier. Every other one of these players is a superstar, probably in the Hall of Fame, definitely all WNBA first team. They're all slam dunks, the overall first pick.
Well, they're layups.
I mean, yeah. Fudd, what's Fudd going to do this year? I mean, what would you have her for Rookie of the Year?
Oh, that changed dramatically after what?
The girl for the Lynx, the number 2 pick's a heavy favorite already, and she's the real deal.
No
I'll
doubt.
tell you that right now.
Actually, are any books offering like season-long props for her? Like they did with Caitlin Clark and Paige last year? Like how many points per game will she average?
I don't know. I'd have to look around. But it's very, very hard to do anything. I mean, you're already... I heard... and there was a story out that there's some very grumblings amongst the other players in Dallas already about this pick and the chances that they had to really elevate their team.
Yeah, because they have a good team.
And if she's not even available to play, it was a total whiff for them.
Yeah.
You know what's even more ridiculous is that, remember that I brought up what the Valkyries did? How the Valkyries took Flau'jae Johnson.
Yes.
And then traded her.
Yeah. They
traded her to Seattle for Marta Suarez, who was the 16th pick. They cut Marta Suarez. She didn't even make the team. And Flau'jae's averaging 14-4 for Seattle already. Surprisingly, Seattle was thought to be maybe the worst non-expansion team out there this year. They've been competitive early. They traded Flau'jae Johnson.
Oh, my God.
For Marta Suarez and cut her 4 days into camp.
And that's it.
It
was a one-for-one swap.
Once they get a second-round pick next year. It's baffling. There'll have to be a 30 for 30 on this at some point.
I agree.
What happened there? Why they wouldn't have wanted flip. Everybody was going nuts. The whole they sold out every game last year. What a great fan base they have in Northern California. They were going nuts. They got Flau'jae with the 8th pick, and they traded her for a girl that they cut 4 days into camp.
Oh my God! There was holy smokes.
Yeah.
I'm worried about chemistry with Dallas then.
I think
and the effects this could have. Of
course,
if this gal's not any good,
they'll
she's
blame
not even
Paige
get
for it. This team will blame Paige.
Yeah.
I also don't understand. You know, the narrative Caitlin's first 2 years was really the WNBA is about more than her. All these players that built the league, stop talking. Now they've clearly pushed Paige to be the face of the league, right? They've clearly that they want Paige Beckers to be the face of the league. Think about this. Dallas plays in a 6,600 seat stadium, right? 6,600 is the capacity of the little arena they play at. They only sold that out 4 out of 19 times with Paige last year, face of the league. Twice they moved it to the big arena because Caitlin was in town and sold out. And one of those games, she was already injured for the rest of the year. They still sold out. People come just to see her and get an autograph.
Incredible. Look, I mean, we know WNBA people who follow and bet this stuff like daily have for years.
Doug.
They were incensed when they took Fudd number 1 overall.
I thought
they knew that they were going to, but they said, "Come on."
No, I thought five was tops for her, maybe 4, but 1. You have to have a slam dunk at 1 in this league. Anyhow, let me quickly give out what I bet. I know we started the year already, though. I bet the Dream at 8-1 to win it. I bet the Sparks.
Very good. They're good.
Sparks, they can defend. Sparks over 23.5. It wasn't available now. It's still 24.5 you can get. And I bet Sparks to make the Final Four at plus 375. And I bet A'ja Wilson, Defensive Player of the Year, at plus 270. I mean, if she doesn't get injured, she's the Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. So those were my preseason bets.
Very good. You're going to hang around for one more segment.
I think we can do it. Yeah, I think we'll do it.
Hang around for one more?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, let's do it.
I think you've convinced me.
So I want to get a couple of best bets in baseball. See what you think of the hockey game tonight. And there's this: if we knew you were coming, we would have played the game. You could not be serious is next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We continue now Wednesdays with the Maestro. Mike Palm is the VP here at Circa Las Vegas. Time now for You Cannot Be Serious.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Well, got to pay off the Mitch Moss tease. I learned that from JT the Brick. By the way, good tweet by JT today if you caught it earlier this morning. If we knew you were coming, we'd have played the game. You know what? I was looking at college baseball scores this week because, selection's coming up. We're going to have the regionals and super. I couldn't understand all these games. Canceled. All these top 25 games canceled. There's no big storm coming across the country. There's no. So then I started to dig into it a little bit. Let's see what's just happened here in the last 5 days in NCAA Division I college baseball. Virginia Tech canceled their game against Marshall. Boston College canceled their game against UMass Lowell. Kentucky canceled their game against Northern Kentucky, citing travel delays. Oregon canceled a 2-game series with Grand Canyon. NC State with NC A&T, saying it was mutually agreed upon. Miami with Florida National, citing an unplayable field, although there was no bad weather. Central Florida with Bethune-Cookman. East Carolina with Campbell. North Carolina with Queens University. And then I came across this video. This is from Josh Holliday, who is the head coach of the Oklahoma State baseball team. I thought this was awesome. Go ahead.
And I said this on the radio show, and I don't really care who hears it or sees it. The number of college baseball teams canceling their games today because of the RPI implications of playing a team beneath them in the RPI and the subsequent risk of penalty had you lost that game, or the penalty should you win that game. I think it's just an unbelievably bad look. I think the coaches that agree to do that should look in the mirror and ask themselves what kind of example they're setting for their team. Had we taken that route, we would have cheated our team this opportunity tonight. Kids had multiple home run games. Guys came through. Guys gained confidence. And really, quite honestly, your word should mean something. You sign a contract as an adult representing college sports. You should stand strong on your commitment, and you should be an example of what these young men should aspire to do as grown-ups.
So the selection committee's coming out in a week and a half, and they're canceling their games against lower-seeded teams for a fear if they lost, it would cost them seeding or to be in the tournament.
No.
I listen, all these games got canceled. They won't play the lower team now the last 2 weeks of the year because it'll hurt their RPI rankings. Isn't this ludicrous?
That is.
That is criminal.
Oh, my God.
So the NCAA issued a letter, the subcommittee that oversees Division I baseball, and said, you guys have to stop canceling your games. The selection committee may look unfavorably upon it when we have to pick the tournament. NCAA Division I head coaches who are doing this.
You cannot be serious!
You know, I was explaining to a friend how awesome the promotion relegation is in soccer. Mm-hmm. And I think England does it as good as anybody, right? Bottom 3 teams in the Premier League drop down to the Championship League, and then you elevate 3 teams. It's created a lot of excitement around West Ham and Tottenham, right? And who's going to get put down. But how about when you go to who gets put up? Top 2 go up, and then you have the 4-team playoff. Mm-hmm. Home, and it's just incredible how good this is. I want to transition this to a different league that maybe many people haven't heard of, the Professional Women's Hockey League, okay? This league is now in its 3rd year of existence. A lot of the Olympic players, right, from Canada and the U.S. are in this league. 8 teams in the league. Attendance has gone, now I think they count the free tickets they give away, but attendance has gone from 7,000 to 9,100 to 11,000 average this year. I couldn't believe that. So the top 4 teams in the PWHL make the playoffs. Now get this. The number 1 team gets to pick who they're going to play in the first round.
Okay. I like that.
The number 1 team. So Montreal Victory were the number 1 team. Now, they could have played the 4th place team, the Ottawa Charge, or they could play the 3rd place team, the Minnesota Frost, who, oh, by the way, is the 2-time defending league champions. Who did they choose? They chose the number 3 team, the Minnesota Frost.
What a great name.
It goes to, stuff is awesome. It goes to a deciding 5th game that was supposed to be played Monday night. Now, a friend of mine had a bet on Minnesota at 5-1 before the season started to win the championship, right? An hour and a half before the game, it was noted the game was postponed with no makeup date set. Game 5, the deciding game of the semifinal series, was postponed. We came to find out it was because 4 players on the Victory had the stomach bug. Now, I'm serious, Mitch. They had the stomach, but they were having some issues in the bathroom. They had the stomach.
So we're just not going to play the game.
They postponed the game with no date set. But the girls were fine. They had an emergency shipment of Pepto-Bismol sent to Quebec. And within 12 hours, the girls were fine. They played the game last night, and the Victory held on to beat the Frost 2-1. By the way, Ottawa, the 4 seed who they didn't choose to play, upset the 2 seed Boston. So it will be Montreal against Ottawa. This makes, now, so there's 3 series every year, right, to determine one champion. The completion of that series with Montreal beating Minnesota was the 8th series that's been played in the history of this league. It's the first time a higher seed has won. This is crazy stuff. Now they're expanding next year to 12 teams. I don't know if you saw that. Detroit is getting a team. Las Vegas is getting a team, and there's 2 more that haven't been announced yet. The thoughts are that it's going to be Hamilton and Sanders. I have to start. I don't know where you can find it. I'm sure you have to pay for a package. But man, they canceled it for the stomach bug. Montreal Victory.
You cannot be serious!
I've never been the biggest fan of the former official that comes on now as a part of every telecast to explain the rules to us. I was okay kind of with Steve Jaffe. Steratore gets to the point where these announcers act like they don't know the simple rules of football and they got to ask him questions that are embarrassing. I can't take Dave Jackson anymore. I cannot take Dave Jackson anymore. He will never pick a side. If you want him to comment before the review, forget about it. He's never going to take a stance on it either way. And then after the review, he's going to confirm whatever the official said. How about 2 nights ago when you had the wild game against and Manson takes the butt into the stick and hits him in the neck or below the ear, right? So they're going to review it for a major, right? Jackson comes on and says it can either be the major or it's a 2-minute minor. They wait, they come out. What did they come out with? The double minor. The situation that he never said could possibly. Then he comes up with the rule that, oh yes, if you attempt to use the butt into the stick, it's a double minor. What? Now, then last night was just too much. With that 12-minute delay, first of all, there's 2 angles. You can see from the front-facing angle that it's in the webbing. Right. And then you see from the overhead, the webbing is well behind the line. I thought it was obviously a goal, right? Yeah. Sean McDonough said 97%.
I know,
this is a goal.
97.
Dave Jackson, got to go with the call on the ice.
Right.
It's just not clear. They come back, it clearly crossed the line. He says, well, they must have other camera angles than we have, right? And then you get the challenge on the goalie interference.
Now, this is asinine. His own guy hit him.
His own guy hit him. And it didn't prevent him from catching the puck with the glove. Lindy Ruff was right. That was he couldn't believe the call there, but they got to get him off that. He adds 0 to the telecast. Dave Jackson.
You cannot be serious.
I can't stand it. I have no idea what goalie interference is.
Meanwhile,
his own guy hit him. There was absurd.
A 14-minute delay in that game that totally let Montreal reset when Buffalo was dominating the game, and right away they came back with the tying goal.
I'm surprised. I know we don't have room, but I'm surprised Daryl Morey didn't make the list.
It's 4 years past time with this guy's never won anything. He's supposed to be one of the top 3 GMs in history.
The McCain trade. He also. Embiid said, I came into the season, I didn't know if my knee could hold up. He gave him 3 for 192.
What about Paul George?
4
How about
for
the Paul
212?
George? And Maxey. You got 3 guys making over $40 million a year next year. You're buried. How about the next guy coming in?
They're buried.
They are buried.
George, 4 for 212. The last 2 years, George, Embiid, and Maxey have played 43 games. They're 21 and 22.
In Philadelphia, they booed the 76ers off the court and they give a standing ovation to the Flyers. They both got swept. That tells you what the fans think of both organizations.
Are you betting the hockey game tonight?
I did.
What'd you do?
So I thought the Wild played their best game of the year in Game 3. And then I thought they played one of their worst games of the year in Game 4. I don't care. They had a 1-0. They're terrible. They had 4 shots on goal with 8 minutes left. It's totally unacceptable. Hines called them out. Did you see his quote? We consciously chose not to compete tonight. We consciously chose to play in a way that we couldn't win the game. I think they have to, and even though it's on the road, they have to unleash hell on Blackwood. I went Blackwood over 23.5 saves.
Okay, very good. Best bet in baseball. You've been riding this Nationals wave the entire year.
I just do it. And I've added a team now. So I go by top 5 hitting teams and top 5 worst ERA. And that's the combination. The Nats have been in that all year. You know you can add to that combination. Houston. Yep. So now I'm auto-playing Astros overs as well. You just have to do it blindly. You can't say, oh, the pitching match. You just have to keep doing it. I believe that. The Nats has been, the Astros, I came upon it a little late, so I'm a little below sea level on. How about Imai? Imai, they made 3 starts, the Japanese, right? Yep. The mounds are too hard. The weather, the food, the culture. They brought him back. Well, he gave up 6 and 3 plus last night. I said, somebody send him some food out there with the bases loaded in the top of the 4th.
And they rushed him back because he was bad in rehab anyway.
Yeah, By the way, our guy goes tonight, Lugo.
Lugo, yeah.
Play him over outs. Didn't work last time. He did throw 104 pitches, but he only threw 4 innings. I wish they'd catch Salvi Perez when he pitches. This young catcher, I don't think he calls the game very well.
Are you off it then, or did you play?
I played it one more. Okay. Maybe he's got a dead arm in mid-May, but I'll go back to it.
We saw a lot of runs early again last night in Sacramento.
Yeah.
A's and Cardinals. Maybe that's something to keep an eye on again.
I think you play all those games over, all of them over.
All right, Maestro.
And Kurtz to get on base. Every single game.
By the way, we need to pump this up. The Twitter handle's been active again at Circa Maestro.
Yeah. We're back in the game.
Have a great week.
Thank you.
How about this? Starting pitchers are on an 8-0 overrun with their K prop against this team. Find out which one next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
You can always tweet the show at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Paulie Howard. I got to piggyback what Mike Palm was just doing, and You Cannot Be Serious with the PWHL. That league is the reason why we had that extended break between games in the Wild and Avalanche series, the Women's League. And Paul tells us that Las Vegas and Hamilton, Ontario got teams today. In fact, they awarded those cities with teams out here and in Hamilton. New teams, I guess. And this is from, Paul, you're going to love this. This is from Totally All In on X. The best part of this league is the way they decide the number one overall pick. Once teams are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, they accumulate draft order points, same as regular standing points in the remaining games. The team with the most points earns the first overall pick. So he adds, imagine the NBA does this, and the team with the most wins after they are mathematically eliminated from the play-in gets the number one overall pick.
Oh, yeah.
You would basically punt on the first half of the season if you wanted to tank. Stuff like that's incredible.
Yeah.
I love how I love the innovation there. I love where their brains are at. Like I'm telling you, the best thing that could ever happen to American sports would be relegation, and people they'll never do it here. But it'd be incredible if that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
The drama, and you want to be bad? Okay, well, you're going to go down to the lower league.
There's a lot of different ways and creative ways you can do it, and the NBA is not going to go that route. I think they're going to do a lot of damage with what they're going to do upcoming.
Uh-huh.
We had another playoff game, by the way, and another under hit in League One. So that's 8 playoff games so far, lower league, 7 have stayed under. Another one tomorrow, League One. 2.5, under 2.5.
Well, we do have a busy schedule tonight in Major League Baseball as well. Giants are playing at the Dodgers. You said this earlier. Maybe you keep going against L.A. Now, Ohtani's on the mound tonight, but they've lost 11 of his last 14 starts, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's Robbie Ray going, who's been solid, but
I think it's 12 of 17 also.
Overall?
Yes, so he has unbelievable numbers career against him with a 0.43 ERA, and he's got the best ERA in all of baseball, 0.97, but they can hit. They're in a funk. And to your point, they just keep losing games anyways that he starts. So it's plus 280 last night, another juicy price tonight. Robbie Ray's no bum. It's just hard. You can't lay these prices with the Dodgers right now or Ohtani because they can't win.
Yeah. Now, Ray has a 2.76 ERA. The FIP is like 2 runs higher than that at 4.52. Also, he's hovering around 9.5 Ks per 9. He's been a little bit lucky with the BABIP, hence the FIP number higher than the ERA. But Ohtani's laying 2.34 here at Circa in this game. The total is 8. Sub 1 ERA, like you said, 10 Ks per 9. I wonder tonight, like we saw Skeens last night come out and absolutely dominate the opponent. Had 10 Ks, had the no going.
Yeah.
Ohtani, if he comes out and says, well, whatever you can do, I can do better. He's going to have to, if he really wants to win the Cy Young, and this has become a thing, talking about it before the season with the organization, he's not batting anymore when he goes and takes the mound. So he really, I think, wants to add this to his mantle again, as we've discussed. He's going to have to kind of match Skeens. He's got to go toe to toe for him. Otherwise, Skeens is going to run away with this award again. So if he goes out there again tonight, 6 innings.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's got better numbers than he does. I don't know if he's going to run away with it, but I'll tell you, the MVP discussion's good because he's on pace for only like 20 bombs and so many RBIs. So his offensive numbers are really suspect.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to September, what are his offensive numbers going to be? You better have a great numbers on the mound to win the MVP.
I'm not exaggerating. I could talk about that for an hour.
Yeah, that's good.
Can he win the Cy Young, but not the MVP? I think it's absolutely fascinating. Now, great tweet today from our buddy Joe Osborne. How about under 1.5 earned runs allowed?
Yeah. They haven't gone over.
No.
He stayed under every single time. And the other thing is it's a big rivalry. And here the Giants are 4-1 against you this year too.
I would love to see him go like 7 strong tonight, strike out like 12, and give up like nothing. I'm a big fan. And I also have him to win the Cy Young at like 16-1, so that'd be really cool. I don't want Skeens or Sanchez to put a nail in his coffin.
How about Schwarber? Can he do it again? He'd be the first Philly ever to hit a home run 6 games in a row.
Sure he can. He could strike out 4 times, or he can go yard twice.
Yeah, this one I will have to say I'd have to back the Red Sox though. After the Phillies have been so good under Mattingly, Painter's been awful. and he couldn't last against the A's last time out either. So they've lost his last 5 starts, and it's Sonny Gray going for Boston tonight. They're a short favorite, but I think this is one time you can fade the Phillies, even though they've been hot since the managerial change.
I got some K streaks here for you, and this game is one of them. Opposing pitchers are on a 13-2 under run with their K prop against Boston. Painter tonight, you can find under 3.5 around plus 130 or under 4.5 at minus 160. He's probably going to get run right away. I don't think he's going to get to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it just depends on, do you want to lay 60 cents on that bet or not? This is the team I was talking about before the break, by the way. There is a problem with it, and I'm not going to bet it, but I will point out opposing pitchers are on an 8-0 overrun with their K prop against Pittsburgh. Lorenzen did it last night. Quintana is 3.5 tonight, but the problem with Quintana is going for Colorado, his Ks per 9 are sitting at 4.2 this year. He's not getting dudes to strike out, not getting them to swing and miss. Like last year was a career low Ks per 9 at 6.08. So I know it's a great run, but I really don't want to go over 3.5 with this guy because I don't.
How about Keller?
Yeah, yes, I'm on board.
Colorado number 1 K rate.
Yes.
And you saw what Skeens did against them. I'd go with Keller. K prop over.
6+ was a nice plus price earlier today.
Yep.
On Keller.
Yep. So Nats Reds over. Go with that. And Palm wants Houston over as well. He's on the right guy today. McCullers goes for Houston. And Seattle has beat them, what did I say, 9 in a row?
9 straight.
9 in a row. McCullers, every start has gone over this year. All 7. 8-1, 12-10, 8-7, 7-5, 11-4, 12-2. So another over here to make it 8-0 on the season. And how about Raleigh, who on the advice of Gilbert said, hey, get that bad mojo, get that stink. You're over the last 36. Take a shower with your whole uniform on. And he did. Yeah. And he had 2 hits yesterday.
Yeah, baseball players will do whatever it takes.
So I got to play Seattle, and you got to play the over here.
What's the total in that game? Because Miller's coming back now for Seattle
why is he
tonight.
so cheap? He's $1.30. I mean, this is
yeah.
crazy with this price, right?
No, I'm with you. He's a question mark to me, but I want nothing to do with McCullers, and I want nothing to do with this Astros team. So it would be absolutely Mariners or pass for me.
It's 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
total ownage.
And here's another one, too. Mm-hmm. So Tampa is a nice plus price today against Toronto. Right. Now, it's in Toronto, but Cease is going for the Blue Jays. He's been really, really good this year. 3-1, 45 innings, a 2.58 ERA. The FIP is even better than that, striking out 13 per 9. Tampa is 10-1 in the month of May, 5-0 against Toronto on the year. Jax is going to, I guess, quote, open, but they're stretching him into kind of a starter more than an opener. 2 starts ago, he went more than 2 innings. His last start, he went 4 innings. So I'm guessing they'll try to run him out there for 4, maybe if he can touch 5 tonight. He did give up 3 runs, 2 earned. It only had 3 Ks against Boston last time. But I've bet the Rays 2 games in a row now. And for those of you who have been betting them more than I have, you're obviously raking it in. They're the best team ROI-wise, right? In baseball. They got to be. And so at plus 135 in that neighborhood again tonight, I think I got to come back with them one more time. And officially, by the way, in the Nats game, I'm with Mike. I played over 9. Yep. I lost this one last night. I'm coming right back with it tonight again. I'm going first inning. I'm going to go Yerfy at minus 115.
I would jump in and bet Tampa to win the division, too. If you find the best price you can get, if you can get a 4-1 out there. 16-2 last 18. Starters have an ERA of 1.76. 24 of their next 27 are against teams with a losing record. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and by the way, Fried left today. Blisters.
Yes,
He's had 2 bad starts in a row. They're going to get, check that, they're going to get Cole back at some point, and the pitching's been really good. But again, maybe this thing is real with the Rays, and it's sustainable for the entire season.
This pitching's incredible.
It is.
Absolutely. And now we got another guy. Vladdy has gone 20 straight games without a home run. So it's just like this Tatis thing, too. Why are so many big-name guys struggling? Raleigh was 0 for 36. Tatis doesn't have a home run. Vladdy doesn't have an extra base hit forever. Can't go deep as well, right? It's just so many of these guys. This is baffling. And what's going on with Ohtani? We're brought to you by Francetic Tax Resolution. Critical information for anyone with gambling winnings. Paul Francetic, a tax resolution expert who's helped gamblers for over 20 years resolve IRS problems, back taxes, and unfiled returns. He's offering a free gambler tax problem consultation. You get a confidential review and a clear game plan by calling 262-752-6992, 262-752-6992, or visit GamblerTaxHelp.com, GamblerTaxHelp.com.
Tonight's playoff action is up next. This has gone 15-5 over the course of the last 20 games between these two teams. We'll tell you that angle coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.